morning, this is Francesca Evans from LymeOnline, bringing you up to date with all of this week's top stories from the Lyme Regis area. The Mayor of Lyme Regis has said he will no longer tolerate unacceptable behaviour in the council chamber. Councillor Brian Larkham made the statement at a meeting this week, the first public meeting to be held following a spat with new councillor Tara Webb, who openly called him a joke during a debate about the food bank last week. It also follows Town Councillor Belinda Borden saying she no longer wanted to attend meetings as she felt distressed, embarrassed and unsafe because of other members' behaviour. Opening this week's meeting with a prepared statement, Councillor Larkham acknowledged that the behaviour of town councillors had deteriorated in recent weeks and called for an end to grandstanding and petty point scoring. He said he would no longer tolerate disrespectful behaviour towards one another, which detracted from the good work of the council. Several members of the council, including Councillor Webb, were not present at the committee meeting, so Councillor Larkham said he would repeat the statement at the next full council meeting. A campaign group and petition has been launched to see the Regent Cinema in Lyme Regis rebuilt. The Grade 2 listed Regent Cinema was destroyed by a fire in March 2016, and although owners WTW Scott Cinemas vowed to rebuild it at the time, little action has been taken over the past 5 years. The owners recently offered the site to Lyme Regis Town Council as a community asset, saying they were highly unlikely to be in a position to rebuild the cinema for a considerable length of time, but the council turned down this offer. A campaign group called Save Lyme Regis Cinema was launched this week on Facebook and already has more than 1,000 followers. The group was launched by Mark Howarth with the aim of creating a community interest company to raise funds and take on the rebuild project. As part of the campaign, an online petition has also been launched describing the region in its current state as an eyesore and an embarrassment. You can find the petition via the website shown on screen now. A man in his 80s suffered life-threatening injuries after being hit by a car in Broad Street, Lyme Regis. The incident took place during a busy period in the town centre on Tuesday afternoon when the man, a visitor from Bristol, was hit by a grey Ford Fiesta driven by a woman in her 70s from Birmingham as she exited the Broad Street short-stay car park. The man was airlifted to Derriford Hospital in Plymouth and the road remained closed for several hours while investigators examined the scene. Police are now appealing for witnesses or anyone with dash cam footage to help them with their investigations. Anyone with information should contact police on non-emergency number 101. Police are also appealing for information after a disabled driver was verbally abused when trying to park in Lyme Regis. The public order incident took place at about 6:30 p.m. on Thursday, June 3rd in the Cobgate car park at the bottom of Broad Street. The victim, who was disabled, drove into the car park behind another car, which parked in the only available disabled space. The victim asked the driver of the other car if they had a disability badge, but the male driver informed him that he had no intention of moving. He then verbally abused the victim before he got into his car and left. His behaviour was said to be extremely intimidating. The man has been described as of Mediterranean appearance, 6 feet 5 inches tall and had a full neck of tattoos and gold teeth. He was wearing a necklace. Anyone with information should contact police on non-emergency number 101. A special donation has been made to Lyme Regis lifeboat crew to mark the anniversary of a serious incident in June 1995 in which 3 men were lost. Sarah Haskins from Chard donated 2 pairs of powerful binoculars in memory of her brother, 29-year-old Andrew Sparks, who went missing with 2 friends while out on a powerboat 26 years ago. The incident resulted in the longest ever call out for Lyme Regis lifeboat crew, with the search also including 4 other lifeboats, 2 RAF Nimrod aircraft, 2 Coast Guard helicopters and 2 Royal Navy helicopters. The Lyme Regis RNLI volunteers were at sea for more than 16 hours, which involved 6 crew changes and 400 litres of fuel. In local sport, Up Lyme and Lyme Regis have fallen further behind in their bid to win the Devon Cricket League D Division East after being well beaten at North Devon on Saturday. In a game not played in the best traditions of cricket, the home team won the toss and elected to bat, running up an impressive total of 358 for 4 off the 45 overs. On the bowling front, Up Lyme's Jack Lamb-Wilson grabbed 2 of the wickets at the expense of 66 runs off 8 overs. In reply, Up Lyme fell well short, being bowled out for 157 runs, with only Joe Ellsworth putting up any real resistance with a fine knock of 56. Up Lyme have now dropped to 3rd place in the league, but tomorrow they have a good chance of getting back on track with a home game against Sidmouth's 3rd 11 starting at 1 p.m, as Sidmouth are sitting 7th in the table. Lyme Regis Bowling Club has just completed staging its 63rd tournament, with bowlers taking part from all over the region. Despite reduced numbers this year, there was some very exciting bowling leading up to the finals, full details of which will be published in a special photo spread in the next issue of the LymeOnline newspaper. And finally, football fever is sweeping the nation, and England fans are hoping for celebrations at Lyme Regis Football Club tomorrow, where the quarter-final clash against Ukraine will be screened. Numbers inside are limited due to COVID restrictions, and all tables have already been booked, but outside tables will be available on a first-come, first-served basis from 4 p.m, with the match being shown on an outdoor screen at 8 p.m. Thanks for watching LymeOnline's video news bulletins. Don't forget you can stay up to date with all the latest local news throughout the week on our website, and you can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram to make sure you don't miss a thing. Have a great weekend.